New notification. Now broadcasting. New notification. Now broadcasting.
Put them underwear on.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Purdy going to the air right away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Purdy looking to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Back to throw, Purdy. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from the 20. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. A first carry for Najee Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
To throw is Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Running left, it's Warren. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang. Yo, body.
Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. George Pickens, 48 yards. And the Steelers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Juwan Jennings, 70 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart.
Second down and 3. Harris running straight ahead. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On the give, it's Warren. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
There.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Here comes third and about a foot. A handoff for Warren. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Purdy. Rolling to his left. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it.
Hey guys, listen.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, he's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Connects with Kittle underneath. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Now Purdy. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing here, Purdy. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You could tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going? He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On the run, it's Warren. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And ultimately, this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Washington's got it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
3 quarters have come and gone.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. That's caught downfield by Pickens.
And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown.
Mike Williams.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey!
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now Wilson wants a different look. On the give, this is Harris. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Throwing now is Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Warren will try the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Pass midfield. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Purdy to throw. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle. 43 yards. And the Niners answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's 1st down.
Look, guys, 4 down, 4 down. Front it. Right.
Now Wilson. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Right. One left. Green,
Wilson to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Here's Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got this to Pickens. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's 1st and 10.
14. Friday, 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 Friday. Release on.
Back to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Boswell for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Purdy. Pass complete, Samuel.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
On a completed pass, got to get down quickly and call a timeout. To throw is Purdy. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Eluding the pressure right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
So it's the Steelers who will have the first chance to go down and score here in overtime as we are back underway.
Flexing his muscle at the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
14.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ball game.
Could not be set up much better, could they? A takeaway on defense. Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning points. Touchdown, field goal, they don't care. Just find a way to win it.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT.
Now it's Purdy's turn in overtime. And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, that confident veneer that you have. It's chipped away a little bit, maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Purdy from the gun. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Purdy to throw. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Here's Purdy.
Out to his left. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.
GG.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
The flower.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
Y'all did for him what Dr. Dre did for him, huh?
I'm the one that brought Jim to Keenan. So me and Jim used to be in the comedy club. Jim Carrey is a master impressionist.
Yes.
Like he does like Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Like weird, like Michael Landon. Like he would get standing ovations in a comedy club doing a 20-minute set. Now, any comedian will tell you that's damn near impossible. There's few and far between that can do that. That's how good he was. But he hated doing the impressions because people thought that's all he did.
Right.
So me and him, after Sam Kinison made it, like we made a pact that we're going to push each other. So he would go on stage, he couldn't do his impressions.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And just shutting him off there. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Oh, man, it was a prep All-American in nearby Antioch. It's Najee Harris.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Now a run with Warren.
He gets away from one, and he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Play action. Now Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 36 yards.
And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. Jake Moody now for the point after.
And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Warren.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. Now it's Wilson. Finding Williams once more, complete. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll run it. Warren. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Play action. Now Wilson. Here's a diving catch right side. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Patterson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Cordero Patterson. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Up the middle they go. It's Warren, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Right back to him on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. They'll run on first down. Warren. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
The tight end in motion right.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Rolling to his right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Purdy.
Escaping the pressure right. Connects with Kittle underneath. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Open man is Juwan Jennings.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 14-10.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warren, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. They go play action with Wilson. That is caught. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. They hand this off to Harris, and he stopped immediately there. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Pat Freiermuth.
33 yards.
And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, now how about this return?
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
And got his man complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Jawan Jennings.
69 yards.
And the 49ers use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
He filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Steps away. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Wilson.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Being chased out left.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That is intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Oh, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
That's caught downfield by Pickens.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
What a pickup there, and maybe most importantly, he's able to get out of bounds and save their final timeout. So just to break down defensively, you've got to find a way to make that tackle in the field of play.
Throwing now is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Patterson.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now Wilson.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they had, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Wilson to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because...
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they'll indeed take a knee. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Three ticks remain. This is it here. Purdy with one final shot here.
Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara. From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Harris. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Straight ahead, Patterson. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on third. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Yellow.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's got Rome.
He's to the 15.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
48 yards.
And the Chiefs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw is Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Harris running straight ahead. Stiff-armed him. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Second and 9 from the 44.
Play action. It's Wilson.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Easy.
Mahomes going to throw.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes.
With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelce.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Yellow, yellow. Wait.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Attack!
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
15. Eye on these two.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, as the first half is winding down.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Wilson. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And able to get this out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now here's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Xavier Worthy, 49 yards. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. They go play action now. Wilson. And this is caught by Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Here's a 2nd and 8. Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Washington. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now Wilson changing the play. Back to throw. Wilson. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. Now it's Wilson. The quick slant caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Running left to give to Pacheco. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Attack!
He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
Yellow. Yellow. Hero 15. Hey, yellow, go gun. Attack!
Back to throw now on first down. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Attack, attack! Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Yellow. Hey, 43, 43, 15. Right side.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Hey, get on the goal.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, 57. Hey, rip list.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Brown.
And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
Hey, 43.
They'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis